nothing to chase. Bargain sharp, don't lose your place. Master the table, control the space. No meal, no deal, prep it right. Tables turn in the heat of the fight. Mix the terms, let the flavors ignite. Serve it bold, seal it tight.
Welcome to No Meal, No Deal, the cooking show where we get to know the person behind the expert. We're going to invite pioneers in the world of negotiation and put them in a situation where they might not be an expert. And as you can see, that's the kitchen. The goal is to not only know more about the expertise, but more importantly, get to know who they really are. Our guest today is Matthias Schranner. He's the founder and CEO of the Schranner Negotiation Institute. I've been working for him for more than 8 years, and anything I know about negotiation, I learned from him or his colleagues. So, without further ado, let's get cooking with Matthias Schranner. Welcome back to No Meal, No Deal with Matthias Schranner. The first course was already amazing. We had beans with tuna. Really enjoyed it, so thank you for that recipe. What are we cooking now?
The next one is warm starter. It's zucchini, a yellow one and a green one, because it's all about the color.
Of course, and we also just have, as a backup, we also have a normal zucchini, so that everyone has enough to eat.
We go with the extraordinary. So we use a yellow one and a green one. Zucchini usually they don't have a very intensive taste. This is why we need to support the taste with a very unusual ingredient, which is this one.
Ooh,
Sardellen,
you're losing all the oil there. Anchovies.
Anchovies.
Yeah,
Anchovies.
anchovies.
We will put in some garlic and some mild onions. It's very important. You have to choose the right onions because there are several kinds of onions. We need to use the mild one. Okay, so here we go.
Okay, what do we need?
Always, we need olive oil, as always.
What temperature do you need for high, medium, low?
Medium.
Medium.
Because usually most hobby chefs, they burn the vegetable. And this is why it's important. Don't burn it. You need to be respectful to the zucchini. And this is what I would like to show you.
That looks great.
And
any recommendations on how to cutting it, or just
look at me.
Okay.
So I also learn a lot from cooking sessions. I'm a big fan of Ottolenghi, you know?
Ottolenghi? I think so. I heard the name. Isn't it like
British Israel?
Okay. Interesting combination.
Unbelievable taste, and
just gonna get some oil starting for you.
That's good.
How much?
It's never too much.
What?
That's perfect.
I thought there was like a little stoppy-ish thingy there, but it's all about feeling, you know. It's all about feeling. All right. So, picking up on our conversation from the episode before, we were talking about why the why is not important in a negotiation. And just to put it into context, when I talk to people my age who are interested in the field of negotiation, or when I ask them about, okay, what do you know about negotiation? One thing that always comes to their mind is, you have to negotiate a win-win. And so the win-win actually originates from the Harvard concept. So, and in that field of concept, of that field of negotiation, is Lori hot enough?
No, a little bit.
A little hotter?
Probably a little bit hotter. That sounds looks good. Yeah,
okay. So the Harvard concept, they actually focus a lot on, you need to know the why to negotiate. So you need to understand what brings the other person to the table. And listening to you, I've had the feeling that that's not your approach.
It's not my approach. It's not our approach with the Schranner concept. because in all the deadlock situations, all the really difficult negotiation, the heat is on already, so there are a lot of emotions in it. And asking why is very dangerous, because if you ask, why, Fabio, why didn't you buy the right olive oil?
Yeah.
Then it's about, I talk about the past, what you did wrong, and it's about who is guilty. Yeah? So it's not, I don't not want to know why you didn't buy. It's, I want to accuse you that you are too stupid, yeah, to buy the right olive oil. So, and if I ask my partner, why didn't you buy the milk? If I ask my kids, why didn't you finish your homework? If I ask my opponent party, why didn't you sign the contract? Then it's accusing them of being guilty. And this is why, from our perspective, it's too dangerous.
Okay.
So in a regular daily, let's say day-to-day negotiation, you could ask, okay, why it's so important to you? In a deadlock, it's definitely wrong. It's too risky.
So when you do have a salary negotiation,
Perfect.
too hot, good, bad?
Perfect.
Perfect. I'm gonna be standing here with the spatula in my hand and just...
Do it, right? Try to do it. Why didn't you?
So when you say, okay, in your day-to-day negotiations, asking the why is okay-ish. Let's make it more relatable for our viewers. So, for example, because for us, we don't really negotiate peace negotiations, right?
You should.
We should. We will dive deeper onto that later on. But let's say I negotiate my salary and the potential employee or employer doesn't want to give me what I think I deserve. Why shouldn't I ask for a why?
Because you made the biggest mistake already. You combined your demand with emotions. You said, okay, this is what I deserve. So that's the biggest trap in a negotiation, that you feel you are underpaid and you are emotionally attached. And this is why you ask for more. So you should ask for more visibility, for more attention, for more whatever. However, you ask for more money. So you hide the real need behind the usual demand, like I need more money. And this is why a lot of salary negotiations they fail, because if you need more money, ask for more money. If you want to get more attention, ask for more attention.
Yeah.
If you want to get a promotion, ask for a promotion. But don't hide everything behind money.
Interesting. So
Chuck?
what? Yeah. So in the Falk Academy, we talk about when you prepare for a negotiation that you shouldn't have just one demand, right? So you shouldn't just come in to the negotiation asking for a higher salary. And I think that's what you just said is the explanation for that, right? So you need more demands because otherwise you will have multiple demands hidden within one, which is then very complicated to negotiate, right?
Exactly. And of course, money is important. We need money. We need to pay our rent. We need to pay our insurance. Money is important. I would say at your age, beside money, it's also important to get access to the best education. That you ask for, I would like to do this course. Might be on-site, might be online, might be a certificate, might be a bachelor, whatever. So, because at your age, it's more important to learn. It's more important to get the best possible education. And this is why you should always ask for, okay, let's assume I will sign up for this. What would be my coaching? Who would be my mentor?
Yeah.
Can I choose my mentor? Can I ask for a certificate in America or in UK, whatever? So,
Okay.
and this is what I think it's very often. It's not the first idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why it's so important to ask for more demand, not just one.
Interesting. And just coming back real quick, maybe doing a little detour to your life, your experience. What happened that you don't like the word why and don't think that this typical approach, which is obviously developed by the Harvard University, so a very prestigious Ivy League university, right?
Yeah.
The best university out there. So
It's not wrong what they do.
okay,
However, it's a theory about negotiations. So they developed the getting to yes
yeah,
with laws with students. They studied law. So as you can imagine, most of them are more rational. Most of them are from an academic family background. So they have a completely different understanding. I'm a street negotiator. I'm a hostage negotiator. So our concept is based on practical experience. It's completely different. And if I ask a hostage taker, why do you want to kill her? That's not very smart.
yeah. If you say it like that, it really makes sense all of a sudden, right? So because normally the approach of not asking for why is a bit weird to understand.
So a little bit too much. So
Please
So
put it in.
a little bit hotter because it needs some
We're
heat.
oh wait, that thing got. There we go. It's the first time that I cook with this setup here, so we still give me like 1 or 2 episodes more, and we'll be professionals here.
We are professionals.
We are professional. You are the professional. I'm just standing here and stirring that stuff. But yeah, so asking the hostage negotiator why he needs more money or why he wants to kill the hostage makes sense that we shouldn't do that. But putting into perspective, because listening to you, you developed a concept, a Schranner concept, which is applicable according to you in any situation, right? But isn't it different if you negotiate with a hostage negotiator or your employer for better salary?
It's always the same.
Can you elaborate on that?
It's always the same. So same mistakes, same failures, same success stories. It's always the same. So what are the big mistakes in a negotiation? Number one, I want to convince you that I'm right and that you're wrong. You only have to accept that you're wrong, which you would never do. That's number one. Never try to convince a negotiation partner. Number two is I want minus 10%. You say no. So that you commit yourself too early. Number three, that you're emotionally attached. That's okay, I'm underpaid, but in reality you want to get more attention and not more money. So you hide your real motivation behind a different demand. So, and if you negotiate with your partner at home or with your kids or in a hostage taking or in a peace negotiation, it's always the same.
Interesting. You just said something that kind of resonated with me when you said that people don't ask for money because they want more money, but because they want more recognition. Would you say people don't know what they want?
Yep,
Yeah?
that's for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's not so easy to analyze your own needs. Yeah. It's what do you think? Looks good?
I think it looks amazing. It smells, I mean, there isn't a television yet or camera that can capture smell, but you gotta trust me on that one here. So, people don't know what they want. Mm-hmm. How do they know it? How can we help them?
If you come up with your demands by saying, okay, I would love to get A, B, and C. Have you thought about this? Might this be an option? Could this be interesting? And as you can see, my tone is very respectful. I don't tell you, this is what you, oh, you didn't know this? Yeah? So I ask you, have you thought about this? Instead of, why didn't you know it?
Staying conditional.
Yeah, always. Yeah? And a negotiation is all about testing. Yeah? Would you might consider a 4-year contract instead of a 3-year contract? Mm-hmm. Do you think it might be possible to focus on doubling the volume? Yeah? So I try to test the water. If it's too hot, I could say, well, okay, no offense. It was
just ask, right?
just
I mean,
I just wanted to know. And this is why the best way to analyze a negotiation partner is to, I think it's done.
It's done? Perfect.
The best way to analyze a negotiation partner is in coming up with demands, because then you force them to think about it. So if I ask you what's important to you, then you come up with some nonsense. Yeah? If I come up with a demand like, would it be possible to double the volume? Then you have to say yes, but, or no, because. So I force you into your motivation. And then I force you to say something. And then you say, no, it's not possible because, and then I know, okay, this is what you need. Or you say, yes, but this needs to be included. Then we can negotiate. If I ask what's important to you, then you come up with some nonsense.
So it's actually your job as a negotiator to find out what the other party wants without them knowing what they want.
Yeah, that's a negotiation. It's analyzing the negotiation partner by finding the real position. And maybe they haven't thought about doubling the volume. Maybe they haven't thought about a 4, 5, 10-year contract. So you force them to think about things differently. Always keep in mind our concept is created for difficult negotiations. An easygoing negotiation. I could ask you, I would like to get more zucchini. That's easy. But in a difficult negotiation, there is no obvious solution. It can't be an obvious solution, because if there would be an obvious solution, then we do have a solution already. Then we don't have to negotiate in the deadlock. So deadlock is always a clear signal that there is no obvious solution. It's a clear signal that you cannot reach an agreement with the existing techniques. It's a clear signal you have to do something different. And this is why you need to negotiate differently. Now it's time to taste it.
Of course, do we have to put some salt on there? Salt, pepper, did we already put it on there?
Yeah.
I was so invested in the...
I did, but pepper is always
good.
Always good.
Some lemon. So.
Don't ask some lemon. You could say, have you thought about...
Could you imagine putting in some lemon?
Exactly. Now we are talking. Have you thought about...
So, let's see.
Perfect.
Good. Serve it with some bread or just plain as it is?
As you like.
Or
as
do
you
we
like.
dip some bread in it?
You can serve it with bread. It could also be with some pasta already, because it's really tasteful now with sardelle.
You know what? We bought this beautiful loaf of bread. Might as well use it, right? So that I feel useful as well. I'm gonna cut some. You saw someone from the production already start snacking. But yeah, I'm gonna cut some bread for us, and then I'm gonna invite the team back on stage here. Or do we need to wait until?
No, that's without any.
All right.
Wasting our time.
So let's put it nice in frame here. The bread and. So Elias, how does it look on camera? Do you see it up here? Amazing. Perfect. Cool. Well then, party people, please join in and enjoy what Matthias has cooked.
Okay, let's try this thing.
Yeah.
Do you put it on your bread?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, it's good. I took a huge bite, but it's very nice.
I'm still in the queue.
You like it?
I love it. I love it. This is
It's different, right? It's a little bit.
Yeah,
At least
definitely.
it's slightly salty. This is why we don't need a lot of. This is why we don't. I need to speak to the camera.
Please come back in.
This is why we don't need a lot of salt, because the fish is salty.
The anchovies, right?
The anchovies are very salty. This is why, if you've seen, I didn't use all of them, because if you overdo it, then it's too salty. Yeah? So it's very slightly taste, and but don't use a lot of salt. Pepper is good, but not salt.
It's very balanced.
Not only master of negotiation, but master of the kitchen.
Yeah. Amazing. Cool. Well, you can take it with you again. No, that's going to be kind of hot.
Let's leave it in the back. And we can
Love it, love
after
it.
the show.
So it's gonna chill back here. And what you don't know, that we will have a huge feast after we wrapped up here. So yeah, thank you so much, Matthias. Please come in back into frame. We didn't want to scare you away. So we're gonna continue discussing because I think the discussion was very intense right now, and I think even me, I've heard many of those things many times before, but getting a new perspective is always great, and that's also great for the Falk Academy. To do some advertisement is that we don't only talk about like the Schranner concept, but we get in as many expert views as possible. So it's not just me sitting there showing you how to negotiate, but they're actually real experts, real pioneers in the negotiation field who give their perspective as well. So I think that helps just to get a broad understanding of the topic of negotiation. What are we cooking in the next episode? A little teaser.
That's my favorite ingredient, eggplant. And so we will do pasta, a real Italian pasta. So we took some trafilata, mezzi rigatoni. That's our next one, pasta with eggplant.
Amazing. Looking forward to it. And that's a wrap. See you in the next episode.
Chop it up, slice it clean. Build a deal like a fine cuisine. Fabio's flair, spice extreme. Schranner's playbook sets the scheme. No meal, no deal, prep it right. Tables turn in the heat of the fight. Mix the terms, let the flavors ignite. Serve it bold.